there will be some empty boxes back there to put the work source form in and the worker retraining form.
So I'll give you this lady with the white and yellow. That's her file.
But it's not open.
No, it's not. Well, it is open, but it's just behind this one. So we'll just switch from the PowerPoint onto hers.
Oh, so hers is different. Oh no, it's just that document?
No. It's a PowerPoint.
Okay, so
it's the second PowerPoint.
So there's two open. So I just got it.
Yeah, so it's the opposite. I can stay too.
No, I can switch to it. Unless you want to choose
Are
it.
these dirty?
What's that?
Are these clean or dirty?
They're soaked up a little bit of stuff. I spilled a little bit of this.
I don't know. I think
I can handle it.
The work source forms, the worker retraining forms, as we get ready to go to the tours, you can leave them on the back table in the empty box.
This part.
the whole
Yeah. I mean, it's there, but it's just
Well, my plan is tomorrow after I get my classes figured out is to meet up with you guys, take some pictures, get that everything kind of brought into one area.
Oh, yeah. Those
Yeah, the photos.
And trust me, they won't go to waste. I'm sure they'll put them out whenever these guys are leaving.
Okay, so now we're going to have Jose Godinez, and he is from the worker retraining program here at Walla Walla Community College.
All right, can everybody hear me okay? Yeah? All right, so as Gwen said, my name is Jose Godinez. I work here at the college for the worker retraining program. I'm assuming some of you have probably already heard of us, and some of you might even be enrolled with our program. But for those of you who haven't heard or who are not enrolled, I'll let you know a little bit about what we do, and open it up for any questions you might have. It's relatively quick. Essentially, the worker retraining program is a funding source. It's technically it's a secondary funding source, meaning it's a supplement to your financial aid. So if you're receiving or not any financial aid, if you get worker retraining funds, you could put some additional money in your pocket. Okay. In order to be eligible for the program, you have to be in the right degree. Everybody in this room is pursuing the right degree to be eligible for the worker retraining program. On top of that, there's 6 different criteria under which you also need to qualify. Not all 6, but one of the 6. So the criteria are you have to be eligible or have received unemployment within the last 4 years. If you satisfy that, you're automatically eligible for the program. Okay? If you are a displaced homemaker, meaning that you are divorced or separated, or if you are married but your spouse or significant other lost their job, you would be eligible, okay? If you are a vulnerable worker, meaning that you're currently employed, but your supervisor or your boss would like you to get additional training in order to either keep your job or get a better paying job within the company, you would be eligible. Stopgap. So for stopgap eligibility, you have to have, you might be working a job that pays a little bit less or a lot less than what you're used to at no fault of your own. So if you got a pay decrease because maybe the company's downsizing, or if you're working less hours, maybe at the same pay rate, you would also be eligible. There's veteran eligibility as well, so if there's any of you guys in here who have been honorably discharged within the last 4 years, you would also be eligible. And then the last criteria is business owners. So if you currently own a business, or if your business closed within the last 4 years, you would also be eligible. Okay? Now, Gwen and a couple of students passed out a questionnaire earlier. If you guys fill that out and turn it in at the back table, we'll be able to determine your eligibility. Now, I haven't told you what we'll do. What we'll do is, if you're eligible, we'll pay for at least 1/4 of your entire tuition, books, and fees. Okay, what that means is you get to pocket whatever financial aid you're getting, 100%. So that's a good thing, right? We'll pay up to $500 in tools each quarter. And then from there, moving forward, it's on a case-by-case basis. So after we paid for 1/4 of your tuition, books, and fees, if you're eligible for a second quarter, we'll just kind of make that determination on a case-by-case basis. Okay? Any questions so far? Anybody? Okay, great question. Thank you. So does everybody know where the information center is in the main building? We are located right behind the information center. So if you go up to Kent or whoever's there and ask them for the worker retraining office, they'll guide you. We're right behind them. Yeah, absolutely. If you know you're eligible based on the criteria that I threw out there, come by and see myself, Brenda, or Kelly. Any one of us can help you. Okay, was there a question back there? Yeah. Right, yeah. We hold your eligibility for 2 years. So if you were eligible a year ago, you're still eligible now. Okay. Any other questions? I really recommend you guys fill out the form because, I mean, I know there's at least probably 3 or 4 people in here who are worker retraining students, and you know, they'll probably vouch for the program, letting you know that it's a good funding source, okay? Thanks for your time, guys.
You guys already heard a little bit about what I can do. I will just help kind of fill the gaps as far as with the instructors and stuff, help you with whatever you can. Does anybody have any questions for me? Like what I can do, what I can't do, things like that? Oh, not so much. Not so, a round off maybe, not a backflip. Yeah, yes. Not so much. Maybe one day. Yes. My cell phone? 9 o'clock will be pushing it, but I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, so we're good. I had somebody text me at 5:30 this morning, and I was able to get back to him. So, yes. Oh goodness, Ralph, I'm scared. Oh gosh. Okay. Mhm. 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 Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I can assist with that, but then my buddy Maria over there, Maria and Alice from WorkSource, they'll be talking about what they're doing. We will work together to help you with that if it means I need to be calling an employer and saying, hey, they turned in their application, whatever it might be. But then also Maria and Alice, they'll talk about what they can do here in a minute. We'll work together, and that's the good thing about having them here too. We have a joint effort, and we can work together. So yes, if they are needing part-time employment, come see me and I'll help them get connected or assist with that process. Maybe we can find something. You know, I know we had an individual who worked in a shop at an electrical distributor this summer. I mean, it might be something as simple as that, as a part-time job doing something like that sort of in their field. Right, I know, scared though. But just know that I'm gonna say something. I have helped a lot of individuals collaborate, and if one funding source can only do a little bit, there might be somebody else that can do something else. So I'm kind of just the catalyst that'll bring it all together and collaborate it and make sure that happens. So please don't get discouraged. We just need to figure out what works and what doesn't work for you, because I want all of you to be successful. And if you're going to quit, just let me know you're going to quit, and then I'll try and talk you out of it and figure something out. Any other questions for me? Yes. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yep, on the back table. Yep. And then we'll distribute them to the appropriate parties. Any more questions? Oh, my offices. Do you guys know where my offices are? Okay. I just said it before. I'm going to say it again. I'm back in James's office, James and Brian's office in 342. And then also, I'm back in the closet by admissions. So there's admissions, and then there's, I guess it's called the transfer center. And I'm through that in the closet. Maria and I share the closet together. So I am like Harry Potter. I am. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're going to have financial aid. Of course, they are crazy, swamped, busy today because it's first day. People didn't get their money, all of that stuff, so they were unable to make it. So a lot of you know, if you are a first-time borrower, when it comes to getting student loans, you'll have to wait 30 days to get your loans. Were you all told that? So this isn't a surprise to anybody. Okay, very good. Your Pell Grants, all of that stuff should be coming on your card unless there's a different circumstance where you would end up getting a check, then it will be coming in the mail. Yes, Lonnie? No, they shouldn't, because it's an unearned income. So, but we can talk about that with the other resources. They will talk about that. Does everybody know where the financial aid office is? The beautiful glass office. If you have questions, go there after our meeting and they'll be able to help you find out. I know I have a few people that have some questions about their monies, so go there and see them and they'll be able to answer those questions for you. And if you need me to advocate for you or if you have to write an appeal, you can come see me and I can help you writing that appeal. Any other questions about financial aid? No? Okay. All right, so Veterans Affairs.
Well, good afternoon. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm here representing the Veteran Services team, and that consists of Norma Sandoval and myself, Javier Moreno. All right, as some of you may know, if you're a veteran and you're receiving benefits, Norma Sandoval is the certifying official for the VA benefits. So she makes sure that, or she certifies your classes and makes sure that you get your money, okay? She can also help you get reduced tuition. If you're a veteran and you live in the state of Washington, you were honorably discharged, you can get reduced tuition. So if you're not getting that, please come and see us for that. It's a good chunk of change. Anything past that is going to be my job. My job is to be a liaison between the veterans and the school and other organizations within the community. My goal is to make sure that all the veterans are graduating their classes, get their certifications, or get their transfer degrees and move on to the university. So anything outside of school, I can help you with that. As far as getting personal counseling, seeing advisors, getting more financial aid, because sometimes the VA benefits doesn't cover everything, and any disability accommodations that you may need. Also, if you need emergency funding, say to pay for a bill, or if you're going to get evicted and need a house, or if you're currently homeless, I can also assist you with that. So, like I said, I'll be a liaison for you, with the community and with the college, and I'll assist you wherever I can so you can focus on your schooling. Does anybody have any questions? What's my background? Let's see. As far as my military? Oh, school. I am a student here, actually. Everything? I was born in. I was born in Southern California. Then I moved up here when I was around 12 years old. In Milton Freewater, actually. Graduated out of Mac High. At 18 years old, I joined the Army. I was military police for 10 years. After that, I was a recruiter for 3 years. So as you can imagine, everybody loves me, right? What's that? I'm a sergeant first class, actually. But I left in December. I joined the National Guard here in Milton Freewater, so I'm still a military policeman as a sergeant first class. And I'm currently going to school here, getting my prereqs so I can apply to pharmacy school up in WSU in Spokane. So that's my story. So I've been through everything and I can help you out so you don't have to stress so much about it. Any other questions? No? All right, well, I'm off to my next class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and we're located.
Try to turn the mic back on.
There, it's on. Is that better?
Okay. That's weird. End of the world, as you know.
So I think right now we're going to kind of go out of the way it's up there. We're going to have WorkSource come up here and talk. Maria and Alice are going to come up here and talk about. Maria, I want you to come up here so they know your face. Please come up here. So this is right, I know, but this is Maria, you guys, and Maria actually is here on campus every day. And so if you're going to be like student help or any of that stuff, Maria will be the one that you'll be working with. But I just want you to know her face. This is Maria. And then Alice is going to talk a little bit about WorkSource services, and James, this is when the PowerPoint needs to come up. Yep.
So how do I work this? Push this button? Okay. All right. Can you guys hear me? I hate microphones. So is it okay? Like this? Okay. So, Pathways to Your Future. My name is Alice Fryer. I am the Career Pathway Navigator at WorkSource. I serve Eastern Washington, and my role is to connect higher educated and qualified and graduating college students to local and regional employers. So, that's my job in a nutshell. What I'm going to talk about today is the power of labor market information. So how many of you even know what labor market information is? A few of you? Okay. I'm going to empower you today to be able to do a lot of research for your career now, for your careers in the future, et cetera. So some of the things we're going to talk about: self-assessments, explore careers, get work experience. Is education worth it? Start your job search, find employers. And the only thing I really want you guys to remember, I'm going to walk you through a lot of screenshots so you just at least get a visual, but do remember these websites. We have Career One Stop, and that is sponsored by the Department of Labor. It is a national website. ONET, O-N-E-T, ONET Online is also a national website. And for the state of Washington, Workforce Explorer is our Washington State labor market information. So those,
Is it that mic? Switch mics.
how about now? There we go. All right. That's all right. I just wanted to jolt you guys awake a little bit. Okay, wake up. So I went into Career One Stop, and this is a screenshot of the front page. And There's a lot on there. The best part I like is the menu at the top: explore careers, find training, job search, find local help, toolkit, resources. What does it say? Resources for, okay. And I went into the explore careers part, and you can see the self-assessments, learn about careers, plan your career. I'm gonna kind of walk you through a lot of these. You guys don't have to remember anything. Every time I go into another screen, it will always take you, there's links to take you to the next one. So we're gonna look at explore careers under self-assessments. How many of you have ever done self-assessments before? Okay, they're fun, they're easy. There's three that are the most common, and we've got interest assessment. You know, what are your interests? There's skills assessment, what kind of skills do you have? And work values assessment, what are your work values? The assessments can help you identify your interests and make career choices, and as we go along for the labor market information, you'll see where these assessments will come into play when you explore your occupations. So I linked to the interest profiler, and that's on ONET. When you're in the Career One Stop, you just press the button, it takes you over there. How many of you have ever done one of these? A few? They're fun, they're easy. Interests are important because it's what you are interested in. It's not necessarily that you've done any of this, but what are you interested in? So it's very easy, 60 questions, take you about 15 minutes. And for the first one, it says, are you interested in building kitchen cabinets? And you just press a little button. Are you strongly dislike, unsure, like, or strongly like? And of course I hit dislike. And then the next one, lay brick or tile, and I put unsure, because I actually do like to lay tile, but. So questions like that, very easy, very simple. And at the end, take you about 15 minutes, it will come out with telling you if you are social, if you're enterprising, if you're realistic, artistic, things like that. All of these will tie back to your career exploration, but they're also very fun. Okay, the skills profiler. Again, we're in Career One Stop. You just press a button, it takes you to this link. And this is where you're going to put in the type of job that you're interested in. And then you're actually going to click on the buttons that you have the skills in. So remember, the interests were just about were you interested in it, but the skills, have you done these skills? And then of course, it rates them all at the end. This one's a little bit different. So this one's build a bridge to your career, and this one you enter your current or past job and it will find career matches for you. Work values. Has anybody ever done a work values assessment? Just a couple of hands. Work values are really important because if you can match your work values to the occupation and the company that you're working for, you'll be a lot happier. And so this one's kind of fun too, because see all those little boxes? You will actually put them in order of what's most important down to what's least important for you. No right or wrong answers. This is completely about what your work values are. And some of the questions up here are, I make use of my abilities. The work gives me a feeling of accomplishment. I could be busy all the time, and you just put them in the boxes up there from most important to least important. It will sort them for you, and then you'll come out with scores, well, work values, and those are the top core work values: achievement, independence, recognition, relationships, support, working conditions. Moving on to exploring careers, researching occupations and industries. What are the best fit for you? Which are most likely to have job openings? How much money can you make? Exploring careers. So you might be wondering what the difference is between an industry and an occupation. Okay, think of it like this. An occupation is what you do, and an industry is where you work. So if you're an HVAC technician in a hospital, your occupation is HVAC technician and your industry is healthcare. If you're an HVAC technician in a school district, your occupation is HVAC technician and your industry is education. Learning about industries, those are just a list of industries. And when you get into the website, you'll put in Washington, to look at the different industries, and then you can actually choose what industry you'd like to explore. And I put in utilities, and so here's some of the information that will come up when you put in the industry that you're interested in. Now, whenever you're looking at labor market information, it's always a couple years behind because Department of Labor has to gather it all, so you're always about 2 years behind. But it shows you the years 2011 to 2013, the United States, Washington, Walla Walla County, so it's comparing them all. And it's also looking at employment numeric change from previous year, percent from previous year. So it gives you a lot of information that you can look at, so you can kind of see, is it growing, is it declining, things like that. The next page on that one is industry employment wages. And again, it compares the top box is total payroll wages, then average annual wage, then average weekly wage. And it compares United States with Washington and Walla Walla County. So, you guys think that that kind of information would be useful for you? Learning about occupations. Okay, list of occupations. And again, I go into Career One Stop, and you can click, of course, you can click on an occupation that you like. Sorry, you guys, the mic is, if I pull it away a little bit, I hope you can still hear me. Okay, so I put in occupation profile, and I put in heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration mechanics and installers in the state of Washington. And there's a lot of, it's about 5 pages that comes up. But you've got a little career video, state and national wages. Now I do want to explain the 10% to the 90% because that's not 10% of the people are making that. That's the percentile of wages. Okay, so 10% would be somebody who is entry level. That would be the bottom 10% of the wages, and the 90% means the top 90% of the wages. That would be somebody who'd been in that field for many years and had a lot of experience. So it kind of gives you, and it also, what I like too, is it breaks it down hourly and yearly, so you can compare United States to the state of Washington. And more when you get on that page, state and national trends, kind of let you know, are they going up, are they going down, how many people in employment, and knowledge, skills, and abilities. There's about 3 more pages. I didn't take screenshots of all of them. So a lot of wonderful, great information. Now, we're still into exploring careers and what's hot. Wonder which occupations are growing or declining in your area. Have you ever looked at this kind of information? Couple of hands, very good. Would you find it useful? And of course, since the recession, things have changed. Things changed with the recession, and things have changed since then. But you can find out different things. Fastest growing occupations, most total job openings, view occupations with the largest employment trends, things like that. And then wages. We all want to know about wage tools, right? So again, we're still in Explore Careers at the top. So we're looking at wages, and you can look at Salary Finder, highest paying jobs, compare local wages, compare metro wages, because we all know that local wages can be quite a bit different than working in a big metropolitan area like Seattle. And I put in the Salary Finder, and I like the graph. So it kind of gives you an idea of what for heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration mechanics and installers with 99362. So it's comparing Eastern Washington with the United States, high wages to low wages. ONET Online. This is another website that I want you guys to note. ONET Online, and it's another website, national website, where you can do a lot of occupational and industry and wage type of research. And I actually just clicked on Find Occupations, and then it takes you to this page, and you can explore occupations here based on a variety of things. Keywords: is there a bright outlook? Is there a career? What's the career cluster? Green economy, industry, job family, job zone, things like that. So you can research it in a variety of ways. And I want to go back real quick. And in this website here, after you guys did all your self-assessments, when you find an occupation in here, it will tell you if your self-assessments meet those occupations too. So, get work experience. Now, I know that your instructors will help you a lot with internships and work experience and work study and things like that. But I also wanted to give you a little bit of where you can find something about apprenticeship programs. And again, we're in Career One Stop, and you can find out about apprenticeship programs. Education. Is going to school worth it? Does it pay off? Is there a correlation between education and unemployment? And there were quite a bit. I just took a screenshot of one. But if you guys can see on the left-hand side, there's level of education, then median weekly earnings in 2011, and unfortunately, this was when the survey was done, but they always continue to update these. And then unemployment rate in 2011. So as you can see, as you gain the level of education, you also gain wages. But look at the unemployment. How many of you guys knew that if the more degrees, the higher educated you are, the less likely you'd be unemployed? So big correlation. So I wanted to show that to you. I thought that was really important. Job search. So plan your job search, networking, finding jobs, resumes and job applications, interview and negotiate, job search tips, job tools. All of these can be found still under on the front page of Career One Stop. You go to job search and you can click on any of those titles. And I just clicked on the resumes, get in the door with a great resume or job application, and especially with the use of all the technology and the online applications, to get through the door in some of these larger companies, you really have to be packaged well or you won't get through all of the technology. So very, very important. And I know your instructors will help you with that, but WorkSource can help you a lot with that too. And I just did a screenshot of some niche job boards for students in particular. And let's see, where am I now? Resume guide. Introduction, ready to create a brand new resume, need to update your old resume. And this is some really great information, some samples step-by-step, tips for writing, formatting, how to make the most of the internet and the tools using LinkedIn and Facebook, things like that. Now some of you will, of course, will go to work for smaller places and they might not require a lot of that, but some of you will apply for jobs at very large companies, and these will need to be very well done. And Business Finder, I love this. This really empowers you to find businesses. You know, there's a lot of businesses that don't post their jobs when they have job openings. Do you guys know that? So you've got to network, you've actually got to get out there and find those businesses, and this is a fabulous tool. So I put in heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration, location, and I put within 5 miles because when you put about 25 plus, you get a huge long list. But, so this was just one of the pages that came up, and so I just took a screenshot of the first page. But I love this because it talks about the business, it tells about the description, the industry, how many employees they have, and how much of a distance. You can hit the top menu and you can sort that way too. And when you click on the business name, it will give you that contact information. It will give you their website. It will give you their phone number, who might be the owner. So really, can you see valuable information in this? So you guys can target. You can go target exactly what employers you want and find out who owns it, who's the manager, what's their contact information, et cetera, and go for that. Because remember, not all jobs are posted. A lot of them are not. And then WorkSource for the job seeker, of course. Find job openings statewide, post your resume online. Right now, our website is go-to-worksource.com. We will be getting a new website. Monster is building us one. So, and that will launch December 15th. So I highly encourage all of you and Maria will be too, to get on there and get your resume on there so it can be seen by a lot of employers. But we also have workshops and labs, and those are just a list of some of them. And WorkSource for the job seeker, you know, whether you need work today, okay, or when you are career bound for tomorrow, get started with WorkSource. And I think you guys already started filling out the registration form in your packet, is that correct? And I think you're leaving them on the back, is that right? Okay. I was gonna say, well, I didn't know the process before, so I put down handed to Maria. But you guys are putting it on back there. Okay, excellent, thank you. And then visit WorkSource. How many of you know that Maria is based here during the school year at Walla Walla Community College in room 135B? A few of you, okay. Maria, raise your hand again. There she is. Okay, and you actually have a sign by your station, okay? And ask for Maria Montano. And of course, I don't know how many of you guys know that we have a WorkSource office. It's at 1530 Stevens. Everybody thinks it's on Tieton. You can see it from Tieton. Have you seen the reader board out there across from the fairgrounds? Okay, so we post a lot of our jobs and our hiring events and our workshops and labs. So you can always come in. You don't need an appointment. You can just walk in the door. But of course, if you don't want to leave the college, go see Maria. And Maria's contact information and my contact information. And I think that is it. Thank you.
So if you guys have questions or need any help and want to speak to them, I can give you that info too. So now we have Ms. Deborah Erickson, and she's going to come talk to you about the Basic Food and Employment Training Program, BFET, and the food pantry. You do, because you're being videotaped and recorded. That's all right. You signed a release when you got hired.
Actually, I don't think I did.
You probably did. Well, I'll go to HR.
Well, thank you very much for letting me take some of your time today. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about two wonderful resources on campus. The first is the Basic Food Employment and Training Program. This is a program that has been a wonderful help to so many students since we started this program last year. Walla Walla Community College is one of the last colleges in the state to get the BFET program. And what it does is it waives the federal work requirement so that somebody can be a student not working the required 20 hours a week and still receive food benefits. That's a wonderful, wonderful supplement to your financial aid. Most of you are probably attending school with federal financial aid. And you know, we oftentimes have to rely on programs like that to help us make it month to month, get through each quarter and get through our training program so that we can go out there and get those good jobs. And so you're all in a really good training pathway. Energy Systems is a really reliable, high-wage, high-demand training pathway. Having food benefits is going to be a really good way for each and every one of you to be able to meet those needs of your training program and have adequate resources. I would love to talk with anybody individually about this program, help you get signed up for it. If you are a Washington State resident and you're in the program that you're in, you're eligible to get food benefits while you're going to school, as long as you're not exceeding the income requirements. So it's a simple application process, just a couple pages that we need from you. It usually takes people 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how much they want to say and how fast they write. And then, you know, we just kind of help you month to month if you have any other kinds of resource needs that you have, and get you signed up so that you can get food benefits. I know that I've talked to some people that have said DSHS has told them they're not eligible for their food benefit while they're going to school and they've got cut off. This makes you eligible. So it's a great program, and I would really encourage it. My office is number 324. It's in Building J, which is where the wind energy classes are. Welding's over in Building J, cosmetology's over in Building J. So I'm pretty easy to find, pretty centrally located on campus. I brought a bunch of cards that have my name and contact information on there. and tell you a little bit about the income requirements for federal food benefits. And I will leave these cards at the back table there. And yeah, and then just take one, please, and come find me. The other thing that we have going on over there in Building J that we just started spring quarter is a food pantry. A lot of people are either not connected to food benefits, or maybe they just can't make it through the entire month with the food benefit amount that they have. And so we have partnered with Blue Mountain Action Council, and we actually have a food bank here on campus. We have some other kinds of limited resources in that food bank as well, but that's been just a real plus for a lot of our students. It's hard to get through school if you just have maybe a Pell Grant and maybe some student loans. And so we really do want to get as many students as possible connected to food benefits, and if there's still a gap, connected to some food resources through our food pantry. So I hope that you'll come and visit me, Office 324, Building J, take one of our cards, and let's get you hooked up with some extra resources.
So my question is, if somebody needs health insurance through, they need to apply through the Washington Healthcare Authority, right, is not it is. Can you assist them with that, or can you direct them on who they need to go to, or is that something I need to assist them with?
So we can provide some direction on how to get connected with the Washington Healthcare Authority. We are currently in the process of developing a partnership with the Healthcare Authority to have a worker there, a regional call center worker, located on campus, and that will also be in Building J. So we are hoping, we're still in the process, but we're hoping to have that set up by the 1st of October. So another great resource. Thank you. You guys have any other questions? It's a great plan. I mean, it's a great way.
So it doesn't look like, I knew that Claudia, she was going to come here at a later time. She should be here. I don't know where she's at for the disability resources. But I want to talk to you about the equality group. Has anybody ever heard of the equality group? It used to be called just the LGBTQ, or I guess, group. And it's the equality group is a club provides a safe place for advocacy and believes that you have the right to be yourself. They educate on anti-bullying, anti-discrimination, and believe that every student has the right to be themselves. So here's this flyer in your folder, if you guys are interested. The meeting is Wednesday at 1:30 in the conference room 260. And they have activities like the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender advocacy, the No Hate campaign, karaoke night, guest speakers, and they're all part of the ESB program. So they would like people to come and bring ideas to them and grow their club. So I told them I would talk about that. And then Vince where's Vince? Okay, so yeah, for sure. So just, yeah. 5 minutes, 5 minutes.